Welcome all. Here we are going to continue with the hydrocarbons part 2, where we will be seeing about alkynes, its properties and benzene and different types of chemical reactions that are undergoing with benzene. Alkynes. Alkynes are the organic molecules made of the functional group carbon-carbon triple bonds and are written in the empirical formula of CnH2n-2, where N is the number of the carbon atoms present in the molecule. Like alkenes are also the unsaturated hydrocarbons. They contain at least one triple bond between two carbon atoms. The number of hydrogen atom is still less in alkynes as compared to alkenes or alkanes. The first stable member of alkyne series is ethine, which is popularly known as acetylene. Acetylene is used for arc welding purpose in the form of oxyacetylene flame obtained by mixing acetylene with oxygen gas. Alkynes are starting materials for a large number of organic compounds. Hence, it is interesting to study this class of organic compounds. How do we obtain alkynes? That is, we can obtain alkynes from calcium carbide. On industrial scale, ethine is prepared by treating calcium carbide with water. Calcium carbide is prepared by heating quicklime with coke. Quicklime can be obtained by heating limestone as shown in the given following reaction. Next, we can also obtain alkynes from vicinal dihalides. Vicinal dihalides on treatment with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. That is, potassium hydroxide is KOH in alcohol, so it is known as alcoholic potassium hydroxide, will undergo dehydrohalogenation reaction. Dehydrohalogenation reaction means removal of hydrogen as well as halogen. One molecule of hydrogen halide is eliminated to form alkynyl halide. This is your alkynyl halide, which on treatment with sodamide, that is NaNH2, it is sodamide, which gives alkyne. That is, this is ethine, or it is also known as acetylene. This is also known as acetylene. Right, this is your vicinal dihalide. The name of the compound is 1,2-dibromoethane. Next, physical properties of alkynes. The properties of alkynes pretty much follow the same pattern of those of alkanes and alkenes. Here we can say the unsaturated carbon that shares a triple bond at the carbon site. They are odorless and colorless. Exception is ethylene, which is have a distinctive odor. Now C1 to C3 are gases, C4 to C11 are liquids, and all alkynes higher than these 11s are solid. They are slightly polar in nature. Rest all till now we have seen that alkanes and alkenes are non-polar, but alkynes are slightly polar in nature. The melting and boiling point of alkynes increases as their molecular structure grows bigger with increase in molecular mass. Hence, we can say the melting and boiling point increases with increasing in their molecular mass. Also, the boiling point of alkynes are slightly higher than those of their corresponding alkenes due to the one extra bond at the carbon site. Next, let's see about the chemical properties of alkyne. Acidic character of alkyne. This chemical reaction proves the acidic character of alkyne. Your sodium metal and sodamide. Sodamide is NaNH2. Your sodium metal and sodamide are strong bases. They react with ethine to form sodium acetylate with the liberation of hydrogen gas. Here you can see we obtain sodium, right, acetylene, or we can say ethinide. With the liberation of dihydrogen gas, these reactions have not been observed in case of ethene and ethane. thus indicating that ethyne is acidic in nature in comparison to ethene and ethane. Now, can we say why it is so? Why it is not present in ethene or ethane? Yes, we can see that hydrogen atom in ethyne are attached to the sp hybridized carbon atom, whereas they are attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom in ethene and sp3 in ethane. Due to the maximum percentage of S character, the sp hybrid orbitals of carbon atom in ethyne molecules have highest electronegativity, that is C minus. Hence, these attract the shared electron pair of the CH bond of ethyne to a greater extent than that of the sp hybridized orbitals of carbon in ethene and the sp3 hybridized orbital of carbon in ethane. Thus, in ethyne, hydrogen atoms can be liberated as protons more easily as compared to ethene and ethane. Hence, hydrogen atoms of ethyne attached to triply bonded carbon atom are acidic in nature. We may note that the hydrogen atoms attached to the triply bonded carbon atoms are acidic, but not all the hydrogen atoms of alkynes. So here we go with the chemical reactions, that how it is acidic in nature. Next comes halogenation, that is addition of halogens. Unlike the hydrogenation reactions, most halogenation reaction can be stopped in the intermediate stage by lowering the temperature below 0 degrees Celsius. Now here we can see that addition of bromine is taking place in propyne, and hence it helps us to give 1,2-dibromopropene, and again by addition of one more halogen atom it gives 1,1,2,2-tetrabromopropane. And here we say that the reddish orange colored solution of bromine and carbon tetrachloride gets decolorized as a result of addition reaction. This is also a test for unsaturation. This is the same test as we have seen in alkene. And next comes addition of dihydrogen. Here as well, the dihydrogen, we can say that propyne undergoing hydrogenation reaction in presence of platinum, palladium or nickel, we obtain propene first, and then further hydrogenation we obtain propane. This reaction can be stopped in between with the presence of the poisoned catalyst that is known as Lindlar catalyst. Now, what is Lindlar catalyst? Lindlar catalyst is the combined form of palladium which is coated with quinoline and absorbed on calcium carbonate. This Lindlar catalyst helps us to give the intermediate product. If we want only propene, then we can use this poison catalyst. Now, what is poison catalyst? The catalyst which inhibits the rate of reaction. Next comes hydration, or we can say the addition of water. Here, like alkanes and alkenes, alkynes are also immiscible and do not react with water. However, one molecule of water adds to alkynes on warming with mercuric sulfate, that is HgSO4, and dilute sulfuric acid at 333 Kelvin to form carbonyl compounds. To form carbonyl compound means carbonyl group, that is C double bond O, which is your alkanon is obtained. Right, if propyne gives propanol, ethyne gives ethanol. I repeat, ethyne will give ethanol, that is aldehyde. Next, hydrohalogenation. In hydrohalogenation, that is addition of hydrogen with the halide. Here, two molecules of hydrogen halides like HCl, HBr or HI add to alkynes to form gem, that is geminal dihalides. It means a single carbon atom containing two halogen atoms, two similar halogen atoms. That is known as geminal dihalides. Hence, from acetylene, we obtain 1,1-dibromoethane. And if I take an example of propine, then I will obtain 2,2-dibromopropane. Next come polymerization of alkynes. Now here we have two different types of polymerization. One is linear polymerization and next one is cyclic polymerization. Now in linear polymerization, under suitable conditions, linear polymerization of ethyne takes place to produce polyacetylene, or we can say polyethylene, which is a high molecular weight polyene containing repeating units of, as you can see, CH double bond CH bond CH double bond CH with N. Under special conditions, this polymer conducts electricity as well. So we can obtain the linear chain polymers like this. Thin film of polyacetylene can be used as electrode in batteries. These films are good conductors, lighter and cheaper than the metal conductors. Next comes cyclic polymerization. So ethine on passing through red hot iron tube at 873 Kelvin undergoes cyclic polymerization, leading to the formation of benzene, which is the starting molecule for the preparation of derivatives of benzene, dyes, drugs, and large number of organic compounds. This is the best route for entering from aliphatic to aromatic compounds. Here you can see aliphatic means they are these alicyclic, the open chain one, which gets converted into then aromatic, the ring compounds, that is benzene. So what are aromatic hydrocarbons? Aromatic hydrocarbons are cyclic structured, circularly structured organic compounds that contain sigma bonds along with delocalized pi electrons. Here in the basic structure, you can see we have the alternate double bonds, that is alternate pi bonds, or we can even call it as conjugated double bonds. These structures are also referred as arenes or aryl hydrocarbons. The first basic example is of benzene, which is molecular formula is C6H6, which can also be called as phenyl hydride. Next is benzene ring with a hydrogen atom substituted with an alkyl group known as toluene, or it is also known as methyl benzene. Then you can see one more hydrogen atom is substituted with one more methyl group, which is known as orthoxylene or 1,2-dimethyl benzene. Now these hydrocarbons are known as arenes because most of them possess pleasant odor, the Greek aroma meaning pleasant smelling. Hence it is also known as aromatic compounds. Now, aromatic compounds containing benzene ring are known as benzenoids, and those not containing benzene ring are known as non-benzenoids. So these are the few examples of benzenoids. So this is what the most commonly known aromatic compounds with the formula C6H6. Hence, now later on when we are talking about the structure of benzene, so benzene was isolated. Benzene was isolated by Michael Faraday in 1825. The molecular formula of benzene is C6H6, indicates a high degree of unsaturation. These molecular formula did not account for its relationship to corresponding alkane, alkenes and alkynes. Now, due to its unique property and unusual stability, it took several years to assign its structure. Benzene was found to be a stable molecule and found to form a triozonide, which indicates the presence of 3 double bonds. Benzene was further found to produce one and only one monosubstituted derivative, which indicated that all the 6 carbon and hydrogen atoms of benzene are identical. On the basis of this observation, Auguste Kekulé in 1865 proposed the following structure for benzene having cyclic arrangement of 6 carbon atoms with alternate and double bonds and 1 hydrogen atom attached to each carbon atom. So this is how the resonance structure of benzene is shown by Kekulé, and this is what the Kekulé structure of benzene. The Kekulé structure indicates the possibility of two isomeric 1,2-dibromobenzene. In one of the isomers, the bromine atoms that are attached to the doubly bonded carbon atom, whereas in the other they are attached to the singly bonded carbon atoms. Now this is what we have, the modified structure of benzene, and we can give the resonance stability of the benzene. The pi electrons form a delocalized pi electron cloud above and below the plane, and hence we have this circular ring in between. X-ray diffractions data reveals that benzene is a planar molecule. Had any one of the above structure of benzene A or B been correct, two types of C bond lengths were expected. However, X-ray indicates that all the 6 C bond lengths are of the same order, that is having 139 picometer, which is intermediate between C single bond having 154 picometer and C double bond, that is 133 picometer. Thus, the absence of pure double bond in benzene accounts for the reluctance of benzene to show addition reaction under normal conditions, thus explaining the unusual behavior of benzene. Next, when we are talking about aromaticity, benzene was considered as a parent aromatic compound. Now, the name is applied to all the ring system, whether or not having benzene ring, possessing following characteristics. First is planarity. Second, complete delocalization of pi electrons in the ring. Third, presence of 4n plus 2 pi electrons, which is given by Huckel's. Hence, it is often referred to as Huckel rule, where n is equals to 0, 1, 2, and so on. Hence, aromaticity is a characteristic in which any planar system in which there is complete delocalization of pi electron in the ring and the system contains 4n plus 2 pi electrons in the ring is called aromatic. So these are the three different conditions which has to be satisfied by a compound to be called as aromatic compound. For example, benzene, naphthalene, and anthracene we have. Next, we get into the preparation of benzene. Benzene is commercially isolated from coal tar. However, there are some synthetic methods which is applied in laboratory for the preparation of benzene. They are as follows, that is from alkynes by cyclization of alkyne in the presence of red hot iron tube we obtain benzene. Next, from phenol undergoing reduction reaction in presence of zinc dust, we obtain benzene. This is your reduction of phenol, which produces benzene by getting the byproduct as zinc oxide. Next, we can obtain benzene from the aromatic acid, that is benzoic acid undergoing reaction with the base to form sodium benzoate, then sodium benzoate reacting with soda lime. We obtain benzene plus Na2CO3. Now, as it is reacting with soda lime, so this is also known as decarboxylation reaction, whereas we are removing this CO2, removal of carbon dioxide gas is taken place. Hence, it is also known as decarboxylation reaction. Next, we can also prepare benzene from sulfonic acid by passing steam and maintaining the temperature 150 degrees Celsius to 250 degrees Celsius in presence of HCl. We obtain benzene plus sulfuric acid. Let's talk about the physical properties of benzene. As we know that aromatic hydrocarbons are non-polar molecules and usually colorless liquids or solid with a characteristic aroma. We are also familiar with the naphthalene balls that are used in toilets and for preservation of clothes because of unique smell of the compound and the moth repellent property. Aromatic hydrocarbons are immiscible with water but are soluble in organic solvents. They are inflammable and burn with sooty flame. They are toxic and carcinogenic in nature. Now, this is what the chemical properties. Arenes are characterized by electrophilic substitution reaction. However, under special conditions, they can also undergo addition and oxidation reaction. Now, the common electrophilic substitution reactions of arenes are nitration, halogenation, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and acetylation, in which attacking reagent is an electrophile. So here we see the mechanism of electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. Now, why it does not undergo addition reaction? Because we have the delocalized pi electrons. So we don't have the stable pi electrons, hence it does not undergo the addition reaction, though it has 3 alternate double bonds. So electrophilic attack on a pi bond of benzene by an electrophile to form a carbocation, and deprotonation of the carbocation to restore its aromaticity, resulting in a substituted product. So this is how the mechanism of electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction takes place. So this is the 6 key reactions that we have already talked about. That is halogenation. Now halogenation due to the addition of chlorine as well as bromine. Then nitration, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation and Friedel-Crafts acylation. So these are the electrophiles, these are the reacting agents, and these are the electrophile that are attacking, and we can obtain the desired product that you will be able to see in the next slide, how the reactions is taking place. So this is how the reaction takes place when benzene undergo chlorination in presence of FeCl3. We obtain chlorobenzene, nitration with the nitrating reagent, that is HNO3 and H2SO4. We obtain nitrobenzene. Sulfonation is taking place in presence of SO3 and H2SO4. We obtain benzene sulfonic acid. In presence of Friedel-Crafts alkylation, that is in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 and RX means CH3Cl. It can be CH3CH2Cl. Then we will be obtaining ethyl benzene. As it is methyl chloride, we are obtaining toluene, or we can name it as methyl benzene as well. Then with acetyl chloride, we obtain acetophenone. Here, instead of acetyl chloride, we can also take acetic anhydride as well. Only change will be in the byproduct. If we take here acetic anhydride, here the byproduct will be acetic acid. So this is how the chemical reaction takes place. Now more of benzene taking place. That is, these are the preparations of benzene, that from alkyne, that is from alkyne, then from aromatic acids, from aromatic alcohol, that is phenol, then from benzene disonium chloride, from chlorobenzene, how we can obtain benzene. And on the right hand side of your screen, we obtain the chemical properties of benzene, that is when benzene undergoes combustion reaction, nitration, chlorination, right, sulfonation, Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation, right? These are the chemical reactions that we are obtaining for benzene. Then benzene continuously chlorination, right? In presence of ultraviolet rays, we obtain benzene hexachloride, which is also known as gamaxane, and used earlier used as the anti-septic, right? And to clear, this is gamaxane powder to kill the pesticides. These are used as in pesticides as well. Next comes very important, that is directive influence of a functional group in monosubstituted benzene. So when monosubstituted benzene is subjected to further substitution, there are 3 possible disubstituted products are not formed in equal amounts. 2 types of behavior are observed, either ortho and para products or meta product is predominantly formed. It has also been observed that this behavior depends on the nature of the substituent. already present in the benzene ring and not on the nature of the entering group. I repeat, this behavior is depended on the nature of the substituent already present in the benzene ring and not on the nature of the entering group. This is known as directive influence of substituents. Reason for orthopara or meta-directive nature of groups are discussed as we have discussed earlier during the resonance structure of benzene, right, where we have the electron deficient and electron efficient. We have already seen the resonance structure of phenol, where we have found, and resonance structure of aminobenzene, where we have found that electron efficiency onto the ortho and para position. Hence, we can say ortho-para directing groups are electron donating groups, namely hydroxyl groups, ethers, amines, alkyl groups, thiols, and halogens, whereas meta-directing groups are electron withdrawing groups. For example, halides, which are electron withdrawing, but orthopara directing as an exceptional cases. Hence, here we go as an orthopara directing group. Orthopara means the next electrophilic group will enter either on the ortho, that is second or sixth position, or on the first or fourth position. So these are the ortho and para directors that you need to remember. So this is what a concrete example, the nitration of methoxybenzene. Methoxybenzene, this is already having a mono substitution, right? Methoxy group is there. Now methoxy group is your alkoxy group, which is an orthopara directing group. So hence nitration of methoxybenzene will give you ortho nitromethoxybenzene and para nitromethoxybenzene. Now as you see, the para functional group is more because they have the more stability. Next comes the meta directing groups. The meta directors includes nitrile carbonyl compounds such as aldehyde ketones and esters, sulfones, electron deficient alkyl groups, nitro groups, and alkyl ammoniums. This we have already discussed as well. So this is what the example of meta-directing groups, right? CF3, that is the trifluoromethylbenzene, where hydrogen atom is replaced by your fluorine atom. So now these are the activating groups which increase the rate of electrophilic aromatic substitutions relating to hydrogen. And deactivating groups means they decrease the rate of electrophilic aromatic substitution related to hydrogen. So here we have the orthopara directors, which again act as an activating groups, whereas meta directors, they don't exist as an activating groups, they are only acting as an deactivating groups. So this is what all about our hydrocarbons. Hence, as chemistry, life is all about chemistry. Dilute your sorrow, evaporate your worries, and filter your mistake, boil your ego. You will get the crystal of happiness. So, in your daily life as well, you can find the importance of chemistry. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Stay tuned.